It's a final. Seattle Sounders 1, Houston Dynamo 0. Sounders stay third in the Western Conference. I'm Osvita Mara. To my right is Stephen Hagan. To my left is John Marshall. Yeah, that's Russ Brown over there. So these three off air had nothing to say. So you guys finally figured out something to say? What do you got to say?
Oh, the Sounders finally scored at home. It's been a while and got them the points.
All right.
Yeah, another clean sheet, 9 at home, 11 on the season. I think that's another great talking point for the Sounders this year.
Despite key players missing, it seems like the team and players that need to step up have been stepping up and coming in and starting level.
All right, and then we'll show some videos, we always do, but Brian Smetzer wore if you saw that, the black band there in honor of one of the ECS members. I say that right? That was kind of like, and so it just shows kind of the closeness of the club to the fans. And so, so we just want to pass that along. It was a little bit of a somber note. But again, in the end, it was a tribute. And as my colleague said, it was a win. But why? How were they able to win today? Well, 10 on 11. But in terms of the movement, what did you see, Stephen?
Ultimately, you have to point to that red card as the turning point in the game. It was roughly an even match before then. Sounders had a couple of big looks, but couldn't put one away. And when the red card happens, you know that it's going to be one-way traffic the rest of the match.
And it was, for much of the match, honestly, the Sounders had control. They looked the more dangerous of the two teams out there. At times, it kind of felt like there was a lid on the goal where it just seemed like the chances weren't going to come the Sounders' way and finally fall until Rusnak put that the late goal at the back of the net to give them the 1-0 win. It's another performance the Sounders only get one goal, don't get multiple, which is a little disappointing. Spencer did point that out in the post-game that only getting one is disappointing in a result like this, but it was an important 3 points nonetheless.
After going to the one-man advantage, they didn't get multiple goals. Leo Cho, difference maker in this game?
Yeah, big difference maker. I think, one, his speed on the outside, his pace was amazing, able to get behind. But I think his passing was good. Obviously, the first one in the first half, that was similar to the goal that happened right here in the second half. He just missed probably Rusnak's foot there, just a little bit off, but still, he was creating those chances that ended up being the difference in the game.
And Brian Spencer talked about this, and if you watched all of this since you're back for the summer, I know you've been watching. Welcome back, by the way, forgot to say that. But the point is that Spencer talked about, hey, we've been working with Leo Chu, and watched his progression. A couple times he's just going down the left field and how he's been making flat passes. Now the progression has been making and cutting it here. And as we saw in the goal, finding an extra kind of runner in the goal. Have they turned the corner in terms of how they're attacking, or is this just a one-off? You asked the question.
I don't know if I want to say they've turned the corner. I think that they're taking steps in the right direction, but there's still a ways to go before they're around the corner. They're creating lots of chances right now, but they're still not scoring a lot of them, and that's until they have another multi-goal game, which I think when I was looking back, they've gone 15 of their last 16 with 1 or 0 goals, no more than 1 goal in 15 of their 16 games. You have to go back to April before you find another game other than the Charlotte 3-3 game on the road. So with this team still struggling to find goals, I think that there's still some work to be done before you're satisfied with the attack of this team.
Well, are you even are they getting enough shots on goal?
No, I don't think so. I think that, frankly, the Sounders team has been tough to watch. I mean, even when they have more of the game than their opponent does, they're slow with the ball, the chances don't develop very quickly. It's a painful watch,
Yeah. You want to go a little bit, and then we'll go to Russ, just about what you talked about in the, no, let's go for it, about Ladero and just kind of his playmaking and what you see.
Ladero did well tonight, I think. He still drifted off to the left quite a bit. Maybe a lot of Sounders' problems come from the fact that he's trying to play like he's a bit younger than he is.
Agree, disagree?
No, I agree completely on that. I think one thing that keeps getting brought up is the defensive abilities of this team and then the lack of the offensive ability. as Steven said, it's a hard watch right now, and I think there's a disconnect. And sometimes I wonder if everybody's on this team and they're healthy and everybody's here instead of international duty will become better. But we see them get mixed in as well, and it's not necessarily better. We just have the bigger names on the pitch as well. So I mean, it's an interesting time right now. I just think a multi-goal game, as you said, would spark something, but tonight seemed like the night, and they're still going to get it done.
All right, so we're going to go to a little bit from inside the locker room. Here is some inside the locker room post-game.
I wore the black armband for Jacob Koenig. He was a guy that recently came here and joined ECS on the TIFO crew. Tough kid, and unfortunately, he passed away from cancer. And so this was in honor of him and to all of the people down there at that end of the stadium. I think the energy was great. I love for Jacob and the tough kid and all of that stuff. The TIFO crew always does a good job. Our club is very good at that. So a little bit of a tribute there to Jacob and his family. And we wish him well. It was a lot because I thought we should have scored in the first half. I mean, the play at the very end where Chu gets in behind and Albert coulda, shoulda, maybe, ball to his left foot, they missed. And then the two of them were able to finally connect. And it was a really good goal. It was a well-taken goal. We saw the replay in there. It was a good play, well done by Chu, and good timing, good movement in the box by Albert.
Go to Maz next.
Yeah, just to stay on that, the similarity between the play at the end of the half and then when the goal was just looked like there were multiple runners inside the box, and obviously the give and go between Ladero to Rusnak was just an exquisite passing play.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good goal, Maz. We have worked with Leo a lot. You guys have seen his improvement this year. He's a very effective player, but it's always about the vision and the decision making. That's the last thing to come. And, we don't have joysticks. Those players have to make those decisions on the field. And, Leo made the right choice, and we're happy.
Yeah, I didn't see the ball, to be honest, till the last second. I don't know if Leo was aiming for me or for somebody else, but no, it was, in the end, it was a great ball, and it was just right there in front of me to hit. It was kind of similar than the first half situation. This time there was no defender to get in the way, so I feel like the most of the work was done by Leo and Nico.
How aware were you guys that it had been 400 at that point? It had been about 400 minutes since you guys had scored at home. Was that something that was weighing on you at all?
Yeah, I think it was weighing on the whole team. I think you could see it by the celebration of the goal. A big relief from the whole team. To finally score, but score so close to the end with a man up. We kind of felt like this could be the 3 points that we much needed because we're aware of the results that are happening around us and teams are catching up. So I think it was important to win.
Was that because just you guys knew that it was coming, that goals eventually just? Because it seemed like your play has gotten better inside the box, and obviously that play with the give and go, and then the final play, has that been building up in terms of your practice, and then you got rewarded today?
Yeah, I feel like we created similar chances against Orlando last home game. We just couldn't score. I feel like there were 3 good chances against Orlando that could have gone in, and they didn't, and that builds up, a little bit of frustration that we can't score. So yeah, it's not something that is the only thing we want to do, a 1-2 and across. We have to find multiple ways to score. But yeah, I think it was all about 3 points today, and how it went in or who scored, I don't think that really matters.
The switching of you and Nico, just what does that provide? You guys are able to go from left to right, right to left.
Well, we can play multiple positions. And I think it's a good thing for the coach. He has more options. So yeah, he decided, I don't know, with 20-30 minutes left to change us, and it worked. So there's multiple positions that I can play. Nico can play different positions as well. So, I think we're smart enough to know, what is needed of us in different positions.
I feel very good. That was like a big opportunity for me to show again what I can do. Because obviously I didn't play a lot of minutes this year. Since September, I think the last game was in MLS. So I think it's good to get back in the rhythm, So now Javi is out, so we need everyone So I'm ready to help the team and yeah, just try to win this championship.
Yeah, in terms of helping the team, you were part of the 11th shutout at home.
Yeah, that was one of my goals today. Keep the clean sheet, you know. Keep the clean sheet, and yeah, we did the job, so I'm happy.
What's it like kind of stepping into a unit that's had a lot of time together? How is that working with kind of some guys who have played together? Do you feel like the new guy?
I mean, it was a little bit tough in the beginning of the game, you know, trying to find my teammate. I didn't play a lot with the starting 11, you know, just some training this week. But yeah, they give me confidence. Yamar, Nihu, they talk to me a lot, especially after when I got the yellow card. They trust me, so that's what I like them.
Okay, so there you had it. You saw some post-game in terms of, we took you inside the locker room where you heard from Smetzer and a couple of the other players. Up next for the Sounders is Vancouver. Tell me, Mr. Cascadia, what do you see in that?
The Whitecaps are looking good this year. Sounders did not take a result up there in an important game last year where they were trying to make it into the playoffs. Going back to your earlier question, Maz, I don't think Sounders have turned a corner when it comes to the attack, and we'll get a good chance to see. This is a big test for them.
Well said.
I just want to shout out Levante Johnson, just called up first team, Seattle U grad, and Syracuse went on to win national title, so it'll be fun seeing him against the Sounders.
I think this Vancouver team's much more exciting than they have been, a much more exciting playing team than they have been in previous years. Ryan Galt's a lot of fun to watch, and he creates a lot of problems for opponents, so I think that's a guy in particular that Sounders are going to need to key in on if they want to have success on the road in Vancouver.
Fair enough. Good analysis. I think they just have to be consistent from 0 to 90 plus minutes the Sounders do, because even today you saw that started early, 18 minutes mark. They let Houston get in the game. Then it was a slugfest, 27, 28, 30th minute mark. So they go in these lulls where I think they need a playmaker to kind of settle the game. So that'll definitely, I think, is what's needed in Vancouver. Somebody has to step up in the midfield. Maybe what Smetzer said with Rusnak and also Ladero, them switching left to right. We'll see. We don't know, but well said. Again, Stephen, it's great to have you back for the summer. We didn't get a chance to welcome you back, so welcome back. And John Marshall, as always, thank you. And Russ Brown, always.
When you just leave a couple days.
Well, yeah, all y'all have been gone. I've been holding it by myself, so there you go. But man, it's nice to have quality analysis, and thank you all for watching and listening. For Post Game on the Pitch, I'm Frida Maria.